Welcome and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. So today I'm going to show you how there really are actual ways to make really good money without doing a lot of work. The only thing that really comes into play is time. Now, I want to point this out because it's a very interesting thing that I've noticed over the years about the human condition. So why is it that rich people always seem to get richer and poor people always seem to get poorer, or at the very most stay the same? And the reality is because what we're taught as children, as Robert Kiyosaki said, rich in his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, what he learned is that rich people do not teach their children what poor people teach their children. And it's not just parents, but it's our education systems as well. Our education systems are designed to keep us in a certain way of thinking. And I don't know why this keeps sleeping on me. I apologize for that. So, for example, rich people teach their children to go to college to make good connections. And you'll see that in, you know, the things that the rich children do. For example, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, trying to think of, really, if you go through the stories on the big tech companies, they pretty much all have the same story. They went to like Harvard or Yale or Princeton and dropped out. Now, from the poor person's world, if you drop out of college, you're a loser. But not in the rich person's world. Because, see, we go to college, the poor people go to college, the normal people, the non illuminated ones, go to college to get a good job. So if you drop out, well, that's not going to happen, is it? But that's not why the rich go to college. Sometimes you'll see the rich even going into the military. What's that all about, right? It's all about connections. It's all about making connections. See, the rich do not give their children their wealth. They make them work for it. They give them a loan. Sometimes it might not be a loan. They might say, okay, I'm going to give you $1 million and that's it. If you lose it, that's it. I'm not supporting you anymore. So they raise them up in this lavish lifestyle. And then once they reach a certain age, it's like, okay, now fly or die. And so they don't want to give up that lifestyle. So they work really, really hard to get to where they can continue in that lifestyle. And in order to do that, connections are really important. Connections are what made their parents wealthy. So, for example, one of the second investor in Facebook invested over $500,000. Now, a normal person would never be able to get someone to invest $500,000 in a dating app, which is what Facebook originally said that it was. In fact, Facebook took in over $300 million before it ever made a dime in profit. 9 years of work before it ever made a dime in profit. And here's the really interesting thing about that is the people that worked for them worked for very little money. These startups like YouTube, and when they were startups, YouTube and WhatsApp and all of these other things, they get these people to work for them for very little money and stock options. And what happens in the end? They always get rich. But you can't get a poor person to do that. They will never do that. So, another thing you'll notice is, a lot of people know people with money, okay? They don't have to be rich themselves to know people with money. All the get rich quick programs out there, you never see rich people in them. Rich people have a lot of influence. These get rich quick things, sign up and you're going to make $400 a day and all this other stuff. You never see rich people in them. You know why? Because their minds won't accept them. Their minds will not accept. Their minds know that that's a bunch of crap made for the sheep. To keep the sheep busy so that the sheep don't get rich. So that the sheep stay where they're at. We're the worker bees. They're the kings and queens, the royalty. And it's actually always been that way. And of course, we have these state schools and all this other stuff. They don't send their kids to state schools. They don't want them getting brainwashed the way that the normal, people's children are brainwashed. They might not ever be able to fix that. So that's really the difference. What it takes to become truly wealthy is residual income, passive income. Now, in the mind of the masses, passive income means I give you money, I don't have to do anything, and then I get rich. Tell that to a rich person. They'll be like, what are you, an idiot? Are you stupid? Because that's not what passive income means. Passive income, I'll give you some examples of passive income. You write a song and you make an album, and then for years and years and years and years and years, anytime someone uses that song, that's work you did a long time ago, they've got to pay you. That's residual income. That's passive income. Okay? Another type of passive income, you buy a rental property, you rent it out, so you invested that money once, you rent it out, and you get money for it every single month. Now, if you're smart, which those people are, they don't spend all of the money, they put some of it aside for maintaining the rental property. These are all things that rich people do that poor people don't do because they don't know to do them. So sometimes opportunities come around that are offered to the masses that really can make a difference, and they don't go anywhere because they're for the masses. They're to help the masses, and they don't go anywhere. The masses look at them and they go, well, that's a scam. It can't be that easy. Do you think making Facebook was hard? Do you think making Google was hard? The search engines had already existed for years before Google came along. Do you think making YouTube was hard? Do you think making Twitter was hard? Do you think... No, it was just time. 9 years and $300 million before Facebook made a dime. So it isn't that it's hard. It just doesn't work the way that you think it does. So people see something, it's like, oh, you'll be able to make money just using this app. Now, first off, I want to be perfectly clear. Google and iTunes are loaded with scams. Absolutely loaded with scams. They promote scams like crazy. All their little ads are for scam apps that are really just getting you to download their app so that they can steal your data or mine cryptocurrencies in small amounts or that. Just think about, even if it's just a tiny bit of mining, if you got 100 million people who are stupid enough to download it, then that comes up to some big money. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying, that everything is a great idea and a good way to make money. I just want to point out to you that the insanity that is the human condition. So if you see right here where it says Samson Global Goals, okay? If you go to the App Store and you read the comments, or you go to, they have, look it up on YouTube, there's videos on it, and you read the comments, there are tons and tons of comments going, this is so great, and this is so wonderful, and this is why I love Samsung. Okay? They make Samsung look like Peter Pan, you know? And that's the way people see it. Now, of course, a lot of it's all paid advertising, paid comments and stuff like that, but there are people that actually do believe that. And they actually will do the thing. So here, right here, we've got this right here, Samsung Global Goals and Wow app. Okay? So these two things have very similar features in them. Okay? One, Wow app is like WhatsApp, except it has a lot more things on it. Like it has secure communication, so that like I can, have a conversation, have a video conversation with you, and the minute we leave that room, everything's erased. It stayed on our devices. That's pretty cool. If you need to transfer, some kind of secure information, you can do it through Wow app, and it's free. So that's just one thing that it has. It also has games and stuff, and little tournaments and all this other stuff that you can do on there. So it's different. And Wow app is actually, WhatsApp is actually copied, like a lot of things that Wow app has done, like the GIF. Wow didn't used to have GIFs. The minute Wow app introduced it, within like 2 days, WhatsApp added it. Okay? So the point that I'm making here is these two things right here are, they have aspects of it. Like there's a way in here where you can do stuff to make money. And same here, the same exact things. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But the difference is, under Samsung Global Goals, you take the money that you make and you donate it to their charities. You don't get to keep any of it. Like I saw one of the comments is like, well, can I use this money for college? Nope, you can't. You can only donate it to charity. So since they're donating it to charity and they get to pick from 16 or something charities, they get to choose what's important to them and donate their money to it, people will actually do this and not consider it a scam. But when this company, which was doing it before, Samsung Global Goals, when they did it and pay the money to you, which you can also donate it to charity, they have that too. And they had it, like I said, long before. I mean, everything in Samsung Goals was literally just taken from Wow app. Wow app was doing the things that Samsung Goals was doing long before. The big difference is Wow app just has more. So Wow app has everything that Samsung Global Goals has, plus more. Like it's got the best long distance in the world. Like I've never seen anything that comes close to as cheap as it is to get your own phone number on there, so that people, if you're in another country, you can have people from another country call a local number and reach you. Just the rates of calling people who don't have Wow app, where you can just call them on their regular phone, are just astronomically cheap. I don't even know how they do it. So, but the point that I'm trying to make here is because it's free in the minds of, because it's for charity, in the minds of the sheeple, as we call them, this is not a scam. These people, Wow App says, will give you the money, and you can either donate it to charity or you can keep it. Like that guy said, can I use it to help pay for my college? Yes, you can. See the difference? Isn't that insane? They're taught giving it away is not a scam. Making money is a scam, so don't bother. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you, you can actually make really, really good money with this program. Over $100 a day. Think about that. Now, I joined this program. Let's see here. That many days ago. That's when I joined this program. I never really did a lot with it. I think this is the first video that I've actually made on it to tell people. I've invited a few people to join it, and they invited a few people, and they invited a few people, and they invited a few people, and that resulted in a grand total of 12,527 people. Now, if you went and you looked at the number of people that you recommended to Facebook, for example, when I say recommended for Facebook, when you said, do you have Facebook? And they said no, no matter what you said from that point forward, it doesn't matter. You recommended Facebook. You made them go, hey, they have Facebook and I don't have Facebook. And I want to talk to them. Or people keep asking me if I have Facebook. I should get Facebook. You see what I'm saying? Same thing here. Except, now if you took the number of people that you've done that with, that you've asked, do they have Facebook? And they did not say yes, they have Facebook. And then that is the same as them signing up, because there's no link. They just go to Facebook because there's no benefit to you doing it. All the benefit is to Facebook. The same with the Samsung thing. If you're giving it all away, it's not a scam. See, this doesn't make any sense. This proves how brainwashed people are. It makes no sense that you should think that one is a scam and one isn't a scam. Now, like I said, I showed you how long I've been using this. All right, so this is how many people I have. But if you, like I said, you counted the people that you asked, do you have Facebook in your life, and the number that they asked, and the number that they asked, and the number that they asked, it'd actually be a lot bigger number than this 12,557. Okay, now this is, see where it says daily offer? I click on that. These are the things that are available on the Samsung thing. Play games, watch videos. Here you can watch videos, you can take surveys, you can do all kinds of stuff. There's cash back. When you buy stuff, you can get discounts on all. See here, it says cash back. These are all the different places, which is literally everywhere in the world. I can't think of a single brand that isn't in here, where if you just click on this and order it through here, you'll get cash back. And when your people do it, you make money. And when their people do it, you make money. And when their people do, they make money. Down like 7 or 8 levels. I can't remember which. Because I'm trying to make a point here. I'm trying to make a point between the difference between the minds of the rich and the minds of the poor. Okay, so we're going to go back to earnings. Okay, so here we have the total. Now, it doesn't pay the same day, so this shows this is the 18th. So I think it's like two, I don't know what today is. It's usually like a couple days behind. So this shows the 18th, okay? And then how much did I make? you can see that 100 WOW coins equals $1. So this comes up to 147.75 comes up to what? $1.4775, which is nothing, right? But I said you could make over $100 a day, right? You could. If you spent, see, I don't do this, but you could spend the time educating people, and when they see this, then, when they understand this, then they will make money. It's just like the people who agreed to work for Facebook for crap wages and stock options. Okay? So what happens is, see this right here? Network health, 0.93%. What does that mean? That means that of these 12,527 people, only 0.93% are actually doing anything. So all of this money came from not 12,000 people. It came from a very small fraction of that. So now, and what did it come from? The Instant Earn. That's that page I showed you where you can watch videos and do surveys and play games and download apps and all the things that are in this right here. Instant Earn is everything that is in that Samsung thing. What's the difference? You get you get to keep it here. There, it has to go to charity. Now you can donate it to charity. And there's even automatically, see this doing good? That's automatically goes to charity. You don't have any control over that. So, and then how do you cash out? You might think, well, maybe it's convoluted. Maybe it's weird, right? So these are the ways. Charity, see? You can send it to charity. Or you can take store credits. Or you can get mobile credits. You can put it on your credit card. You can have it sent to your bank account. You can have it sent in PayPal. Some places have even more options than this. This is just the options that there are where I live. But in the United States, in like the UK and stuff, there's even more options than this. But I look at this and go, what else do I need? Can't think of anything else that I might need. Mobile credit, that's going straight to your phone. And like I said, you can use WOW credits, for example. If I want to buy, see where it says 1991? That's what I use to call people who don't have WOW. I call all over the world, and it's so unbelievably cheap. $20 will last me a year, and I do a lot of international calling. Okay, so let's go back to what we were saying. Go back here. Okay. So we've got $147.75, which we've said is what? $1.47, right? 9.03. So 147. Wait. Give me a second, I lost. Okay. So 100 divided by 0.93 is 107.53. 107.53. So 107.53 times equals times 0.47. Okay, see that amount right there equals $158. That's how much I would be making just for that one day, because those are just the figures for one day. That's how much I would be making in a day if everyone was active, if everyone actually used it like I use it. Now, I will tell you that I make all that money without doing any of the things in this Instant Earn. Now, if I did those things, then I would make more money. Like, for example, this right here is going to pay $32 if I play this game, 32 actual dollars. Here, I'll click on it. See? No, I take that back. Is that $32? No, that is $32. So all I have to do is bring to the highest reward with a minute's effort. Hurry up. It doesn't say that I have to reach a certain thing. This offer is selected to bring you the highest. Let's see what happens if I hit. Let's go. Okay. Begin to play Envoy, the King's Return. Occupy a legendary historic subordinate city. Get rewarded. So that means I just have to reach a certain level, and they'll pay me $32. Now, I don't do that stuff. I could. I just don't have time. So the money that you see me make, and there's videos that you can watch, and there's surveys that you can, I don't do any of that. Okay? Where all of my money comes from is the fact that a long time ago when I first started, I told a bunch of people about it. And then they told people about it, and then they told people about it, they told people about it. And every day I get a couple more people. Okay? So the reason that it's $1.47 instead of what, 158 we said? 158 is because these are all sheep. And so when they came here and they used it and they didn't get rich overnight, they stopped doing it. And see, that's the whole thing. It's a scam in their mind. They've been programmed. This is a scam in their mind because you can't get rich overnight. Now, if you said this to a rich person, they'd be like, yeah, you're, of course not. It's like, I see videos of people like, I bought this phone for $3, this iPhone for $3, and we're going to see if it's real or if I got scammed. Why did you even bother? Do you not know? Do you need to actually order it? And then in the end, they're like, oh, it's not, it's fake. I got scammed. No, you're an idiot, is what happened. If you think that there's this magical world where things occur, that's on you. That's your fault. You have to start, if you want to change your life and stop living in poverty and have your children living in poverty, the only thing that needs to change is you. When you stop thinking the way that you think, you'll stop wasting your time on get-rich-quick programs. You will honestly evaluate things. You won't think, well, I tried it for a couple days and I didn't make a lot of money, so it's fake. Where would this a lot of money come from? What is it in your ego that you think that you should be paid large sums of money for doing things like watching videos or playing video games? Who needs that? Who needs you to watch videos or play video games? Why do you think that fantasy world exists? How can you possibly think that fantasy world exists? And whose fault is that? Is it theirs? Is it the scammer's fault? Or is it yours for buying a $3 iPhone? You see what I'm saying? If you want to change your reality, what has to change is you. So, and I'll put a link in there in case you want to join this. As I said, it's a fabulous product. Even if you don't do it even if you don't do it to make money. Now, from the first year that I've started using this, in what little I do with it, I've always made enough to get a brand new iPhone every year. Now, I don't use iPhones. I think they suck. But it is the most expensive phone, and I make enough. Even in the very first year, I made enough to buy one. with the money that I make for this, plus pay for all of my long distance. Because I always use this for long distance. Because like I said, it's so much cheaper. And I also have a phone number on here and everything. But what does what does WhatsApp pay me? Not a damn thing. You see the difference? So it's not a scam if Wow app keeps all the money. If they want to share it with you, that's a scam. You see the problem? So if a rich person were actually to see this app, then they might take different actions. Like, for example, you see the people with blogs and vlogs. You think those are normal people? Guess again, they're not. See, a normal person will go spend a little bit of time and then they'll just give up because they didn't make a fortune for the few hours that they spent. The people who make money, and there are people that make millions of dollars a year blogging and vlogging, those are rich people's children. They're rich people's children or their friends who spent a lot of time and a lot of money. See, poor people would never spend money on a YouTube channel. But the rich people do. The rich people's children do. Because they understand the power of passive income, which means this is passive income for me right here. I haven't promoted this. I haven't promoted this to anyone in years. This is passive income for me. And like I said, $1.47, that's still enough to buy me an iPhone. It's just free money. But all of these people, these other people that go into the 99 point whatever percentage, they don't get a free iPhone. Because why? They're not willing to do the work. Now, here's another really interesting thing. They just want to get rich quick and do nothing. So they will waste their entire lives doing get rich quick things over and over and over and over and over. And decades later, they will still be poor. And of course, none of their friends would ever think of doing it because they say, you've been doing this for years and you never make any money. They're all scams. And that's not the case. They're like, oh, you can't make money on the internet. You've been doing it for years. If there was money to be made, you'd have found it already. The problem is the person, not what's out there. Yes, 99% of everything online is a scam. Absolutely. Most, if not all, of what is in iTunes and the Google Play Store as ways to make money is an absolute scam. But there are real ways to make money, and the sheep don't touch them. So if you want to change your life, you need to change how you think. You need to understand that the way that you get rich is you have to be willing to work for nothing, even possibly invest your own money to get there. Now, this is free, but what I'm saying is, if you look at a blogger, vlogging is free. Video logging, YouTube, that's free. But if you really want to make money, then you need to spend money advertising your channel and doing it. And that's how those people get to millions of dollars. Because they pay to advertise their channel. And they work really, really hard to advertise their channel. And then one day, after years and years of hard work, they make money. Stop thinking that there are get-rich-quick programs out there. That's what keeps you poor. And why do they allow all these? How come these people never go to jail? It's part of the system that keeps you poor. They're allowed to scam you. And once you get scammed by one, they put you on a suckers list. And then you're getting scammed on all directions. You got all these different people. I don't trust that person anymore, but I'm going to join this person. It's a different person. Yeah, that's that person's buddy. You're on a sucker's list, and they're going to keep sending you these things, telling you that if you just are lucky enough to get in at the very beginning of one of these opportunities, you're going to get rich. And it isn't about getting in at the beginning. It's about getting at the beginning, working really, really hard, and then a few years later, making money. That's how they get rich. All of them. There isn't a single person you can point to who's rich, who just gave some money and then did nothing and got rich. If that were the case, if you could just, like take like if there was like, okay, here's $1,000 and I'm gonna give it to you, and then I don't need to do anything and I'm gonna get rich. Why would they need your money? They could just go to the bank and get a loan and use that money, or get money from their friends. They don't need money from strangers. Money's not that hard to get. The point that I'm making is there are no get rich quick schemes, and as long as you believe that there are, you can continue to be poor. This is a great product to use. It's not part of big tech. And like I said, share it with a few people, make some money. You can even share this video with them. Take the video and say, this is a great way to make money, but please sign up for my link. That you tell them that. No, I don't mean they should sign up for my link, but I'll go ahead and put the link in the description. I remember I told somebody in a game, in a communicating thing, like a messenger thing inside of a game, and somebody wanted my help with something, and I said, join this, because I don't want people that I don't know having my contact information. So with this, I could give a link to them, and it's not like they have my phone number or my email address or anything like that. So when I did that, somebody in the group said, well, I went through and I did some research, and it turns out that this is a scam. And I thought, why on earth? This conversation has absolutely nothing to do with you. And it irks you so much, you stuck your nose in where it didn't belong. You clicked the link. You saw that you could make money on it, okay, which again had nothing to do with you. And then you decide to expose it as a scam. That's how brainwashed the sheep are. They're exposing things for scams that they're not even involved in. But as I said before, this is the same exact thing that Samsung is doing. Except, what's the difference? Well, it's not the same. Like I said, this has everything that Samsung has in it, plus a whole lot more. And I also said, you don't even need to do any of that stuff. I don't do any of it, and I still make money. But eventually, what will happen is I will make the $147 and $147 a day. In fact, it'll be much higher than that. You know why? Because as time passes and people start figuring it out and going, oh, wow, they hear enough people doing videos like this or showing stuff like this, then all those people become active, and I make more and more and more and more money. And when they get active, they don't just use it, they tell other people about it. So this number grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's how you get rich without doing a lot of work. It's not doing anything. It's not doing nothing. You must do something. And then you have to wait. If you don't want to wait, then you could spend money advertising it. I could do that. Could advertise in Google Ads and advertise it on the internet and get more people to where this number is much, much higher. I have people I've seen people with like hundreds of thousands of people. There are billions of people on the planet. So It's not like there's not enough people for you. Not at least not at this time. So like I said, eventually these people will become active as they see more and more people who are actually making money from this. But why do you use WhatsApp and not, why do people use WhatsApp and not this? Why do all those people use WhatsApp or Telegram and not this? Because the media didn't tell them to. See, the media tells you to use Telegram and use WhatsApp. Why? Because the same corporations that own the media also own Telegram and WhatsApp. So they got all of this free advertising on television. They own the television stations, and they own the magazines, and they own the radio stations, and they own all of social media. Just two companies own all of it. Like 99% of all businesses. But they don't all own all businesses, and this is one of those businesses, okay, that they don't own. So the reason you're using those is because you were told to. I mean, you weren't told to use this. So it's a really great, if you think about it, it's a really awesome system that they have set up in the world. And that's why, they say the 1%, it's not the 1%. It's like 0.001% own 99% of the world. It's not 1%. It's a much, much smaller number. They own everything. And as long as you keep believing their brainwashing, you'll always be part of the 99%. It's a big old club and you're not in it. So I hope this has been informative. This video is sponsored by the Minos Project, a new project that will be released to the world very, very shortly, I'm told. And it is an anti-aging weight loss device that is like unlike anything you have ever seen. It will change everything about weight loss and exercise and all of that. Imagine losing weight without sweating, without spending hours in the gym, without having expensive equipment, and all of the things that go along with weight loss. And not just having anti-aging, but actually reverse aging. I've seen the pictures. I've seen I've spoken with the developer, with the inventor. So if you're interested in that, then subscribe to this channel and you'll get notifications immediately when that is available, even if you're just curious and want more information. So take care. Have a great day.